Hey guys, welcome to the G.E.M, the Grand Enterprises Movement, where our mission is to motivate, to energize, to uplift, to encourage, and of course, to inspire one another each and every single day. I am super duper excited. Tonight we are live. We got a session called Let's Talk About It. And I'm excited because my boy DJ Diesel Explicit is in the building. What's up, DJ Diesel?
Hello, hello. Hope all is well. I hope all is well.
I hear some echoing, so I am going to not be on so many pages because right now I'm at different places. But I'm excited. Thank you for joining me tonight. Truly appreciate you being here. We got a couple of people that's going to be joining in on this controversial topic. It is like literally off the chain because as you guys know, people like to post different things and talking from different topics. And this particular topic was about how people travel, right? And it's expensive. They spend all this money traveling, but yet they are rocking SHEIN. They rock SHEIN clothing
Right.
on the trip. And so I want to talk about that. I want to dive into that, but I think that it's a little bit deeper than just that blanket topic. Like people were like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" Um, Whatever. We're gonna dive into that. But I want to give a shout out to Nostalgia, the Unforgettable Era. I'm excited about that. So DJ Diesel and I are gonna be doing DJ Diesel Explicit, y'all. Don't get it confused. We're gonna be
Don't get
doing
confused.
yeah, we about to pull up on y'all with Nostalgia, the Unforgettable Era. That's about to pop off. DJ Diesel is a well-known and respected DJ out here in the DMV. So if you
Yes,
need a
ma'am.
DJ,
Yes.
holla at your boy. But yeah, anything you want to say to the people before we go into this topic?
Well, I'd like to start by saying you are now talking to Tammy the Great and the youngest in charge, DJ Diesel Explicits. We're gonna have a fun time talking about this topic, and I'm ready to unpack this. So you take it from there.
Let's go. Let's go. So listen, all right. So this topic is like I said, it's controversial. You know, people was he was pulling up on my boy because he posted this and he was like, listen, it's crazy as I'm not gonna curse y'all because y'all know I don't like to be cursing like that. But he said it's crazy as y'all can finish the rest and how people pay so much money to travel and I see people pulling up now. Pay so much money to travel, but yet you pull up on vacation with SHEIN.
Hmm.
So
Right.
I don't get the controversy. Now I feel like it's fine. You wear what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you, boo? Because I don't see like what the problem is with the SHEIN. But but what I think he was trying to say was like, if you're gonna go spend that much money on a trip and like do all that, why not like keep going with it and pull up with the expensive labels and all of that type of stuff? How you feel about that, DJ Diesel?
Well, I'm gonna start here. You know me personally. So if you want to talk about, a certain lifestyle in a sense, it sounds like to me, it sounds like a facade. Because if I'm going on a trip and I'm putting out that money, why does what's on my body have to do with how much I paid for the trip? And
Mm,
you could case it up and deliver that package just like that, but we're not here to just touch on the surface of the topic. We're here to unpack it. So I'd say um I'd say it's definitely controversial, and it's definitely something that's going to have a lot of people, maybe the ladies, in a bit of an uproar. But I don't see the correlation for real.
yeah, yeah. And you know what's crazy is because like people was giving him a hard time. They was like, "What? Like I'm going to somebody posted, I'm going to Old Navy and I'm gonna have my dollar flip flops on." And I'm
Mhm.
like,
That's right.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, I get it. You know, Does it really matter how much we pay for our tire as long as we pay for the trip, right? Because I'm like, and so that made us like start thinking about other things that we do as a culture, right? Like looking at our spending habits as a culture. Like I know a lot of people tomorrow are not going to shop at certain places, and the reason they're not going to shop at certain places is because we boycotting, right? Because of the whole DEI thing and all of that. But when it comes to these controversial topics, like people are constantly like chiming in on these discussions because they're like, wait a minute. I go on expensive trips and yeah, I shop at Shein and I buy my outfits for my trip there, there's numerous reasons why people do that. I know for me, if I was to shop on Shein or any inexpensive place while I'm going on a trip, it's because I just spent a bag on that trip and I'm just like, I want to save a little bit of money. I'm gonna still look cute on a trip, right?
Right.
But I might not wear all the labels. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to tap into a whole nother bag just to pull up in Gucci or Fendi or whatever other name brand, just to be on the trip.
Exactly. Okay. Understood.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so it's like, and what's wrong if I don't pull up with with the labels, and I don't think that he was saying was anything wrong with it. He was just like, why do we do it? Like, what is it about the culture that we do that? We spend money on expensive things, but we do the cheap way with other things. So it's like, as a culture, like, you know what I mean? Are we missing something here? Is something missing?
Well, I would say when you buy your car, you feel me? It's gonna cost some money to put towards that car. Now, is it wrong if I buy a third? Is it wrong if I buy a $50,000 car, but my insurance isn't as expensive as the car itself? Like,
Mm.
let's say your average insurance is running you about, I'm gonna just say 200. If my insurance is 130, does that take away from how much the car costs?
No, I wouldn't say that. Nah,
I
I don't
wouldn't
think
say
so.
so. I feel like the clothing aspect, once again, it goes back to what's really important. And your clothes, you could have a spectrum from cheap to expensive clothes, whether you the type to indulge or not. But when it comes to buying that trip, you gonna spend some money on that trip regardless. So I feel like the correlation, where what really matters in this,
Right,
because
right,
it might be better, more beneficial for you to have a better memory, a better experience on your trip than what's on your body.
right,
So,
right.
like you said, me personally, I don't shop at Shein, but if I did, you know,
Hmm.
I got more money that I'm not spending on designer, the Louis V's and whatnots. I got so much more money to put towards that trip and have a better experience. So
Hmm.
maybe that's why people do it. I mean, that's just quick off of the dome.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And the other thing was like, okay, like that's like somebody having 100, because they made mention of, okay, that's like somebody having $120,000 car sitting outside of their apartment. They don't own a home. Like, is that wrong? Like, so they saying like as a culture, like people feel like we need to look at how we move, how we spend money and things, and like how we kind of figure out what's important for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just saying that it's really up to the individual, but people, it's like a huge topic. It's such a huge topic about the culture and how we like move, how we spend money, the things that we do. I got $120,000 car outside, but I'm renting an apartment. So make it make sense. Why don't I have a home and a less than $120,000 car, or it could be that $120,000 car sitting outside of a home that I own? Let's kind of prioritize. But who's to say how we should set up our priorities? Like, who's wrong in this? Is it a right or wrong?
I would say that comes to circumstance, and it's funny that you brung up the expensive car in an apartment because I knew somebody like that when I was younger. Um, I grew up in this apartment with, my younger siblings and dad, and we had some family. I'd say like friend family. You know how you see someone and you say that's my cousin. Y'all
Uh-huh.
not really blood, but that's cousin, that's that's folks in them, if you would, whatever you want to call
Right.
it. So, but our friends family, I definitely noticed like, okay, I don't know their finances and all that, not to be in a business, but clearly he was good enough to sustain what he had in that apartment and have his car. Do I think it's the best idea? Personally, I wouldn't do it, but if that fits him and he's able to manage it in a way that suits him and that's is beneficial to him and his peoples, then I'd say go for it. But then again, at the same time, you spoke on what's good for our community. And
Mm-hmm.
I definitely notice in the black community, we do have a problem of being reckless with our money, but not only reckless with our money, you don't even spend the money in the community. As soon as the money touch our hands, it goes to another. It goes to the German automotives or the foreign automotives. Let's go with that. Or it goes
Mm-hmm.
to the clothing brands, that they creators. They don't look like us.
Mm-hmm.
So it says a lot that when we get our money, we're quick to keep up with the Jones in a sense and spend it with people who don't look like us.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's a talk that would be definitely beneficial to our people, because it's not like they haven't heard it before, but like you said, it's a controversial topic. And why is that?
Mm-hmm.
um I think it's controversial because of what exactly we talking about. When you talking about Sheen, you don't necessarily
Mm.
hear the guys talking about Sheen. So I
Nah.
feel like yeah, you don't usually hear the guys talk about Sheen. So it's like as soon as you hear Sheen and you talking about a budget, it's like okay, it kind of seems like I think it kind of seems like that question seemed like it's directed at a group of people. And don't
Yeah,
get me wrong, I
that
am
makes
not
sense.
the type, even though I'm a man who love his sisters. I love my black people. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, we
But
appreciate you, our brother.
definitely, definitely. But at the same time, I'm also someone who I feel like I can hold myself accountable for certain things. And if I see something, whether right or wrong, on the black man's side or the black woman's side, my goal is unity. So it's only
Mm,
right that if the black man is wrong, I say the black man is wrong, and if the black woman is wrong, I say the black woman is wrong. So
mm,
of course, this isn't a thing of men or women, but I definitely feel like the question kind of implies something without it. So I feel like a,
mm,
a different example, for example, that car example you gave, that was a
mm-hmm.
much better example of explaining the same thing, but that example would make a lot more sense to build a better argument.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Because people looking at it like, okay, I should, and I'm telling you, the threat of responses was crazy. People were like, all right, well, what's wrong with shopping at, they was like going hard. What's wrong with shopping at Shein? What's the
What's wrong with
problem? Whatever.
me? It's
And
clothes.
right, right. I feel like
Mhm.
clothes is clothes. And listen, for real, in today's economy and the way things are going, we might have to, skim a
Yeah,
little bit somewhere. I mean, we can't even afford a dozen of eggs. I'm just saying. But
yeah.
um,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't really see a whole issue with it, like shopping at Shein, but going on expensive trips. I would like to your point. I would rather like spend the money on the experience versus on the clothes. Because first of all, when you going on these trips, the clothes are gonna get used a different way, right? And let's say like these are vacation clothes, so they gonna get dirty. You ain't gonna wear them but so many times. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's separate from your regular clothes. It's like these are vacation clothes, so it don't have like we might only wear it once. So spending a lot of money on it wouldn't make sense, right? So I don't know. That's one part of it, but
Who buying clothes to only wear them once?
I mean, I'm just saying. I know, like going on vacation, like you only gonna wear that a couple times. I mean, I know for me, I can't speak on the culture. I can't speak for everybody, but I know on vacation, I'm only wearing it maybe a couple times.
Oh, so
But
you fancy like that?
I don't. I mean, because I'm saying, okay, let's just be honest. When we on vacation, I dress a different way than like if I'm just here in the DMV. Like I'm, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right,
I'm in the islands. First of all, it's hot in the islands. I'm wearing less.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going over here to Virginia Beach or I'm over here in Delaware at Rehoboth for one of the, I'm not gonna wear what I'm wearing on the island with the blue water and it's hot. And you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be different.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I get that.
Yeah, yeah. So I get it, but it's just been a lot of conversation around like how our community spends our money and like what we invest in. And I see like a lot of people are they want to live this. I would say at least women, we are more interested in living this soft life now. Like we tired of like just always like being in that rat race of working or stressing over kids or running behind our partner or whatever the case may be. And now we like, yo, self-care is important. I want to live this soft life. And what does that look like and mean to me? That means I'm traveling more. That means I'm investing in my business more. That means I'm spending doing more self-care, like all of the things that maybe you didn't have time to do before or whatever. And so now you taking full advantage and you doing those things. And so like there's been like a lot of conversation around, okay, we should invest our money in only black things and black items and black businesses and such or whatever. Or we should focus more on self-care, focus more on traveling and less on working a 9 to 5, be an entrepreneur, be this. And so it's like all of this talk and chatter around like how we invest our time and money. And I'm just saying, like for the culture, I think that we need to think about that. As we wrapping up Black History Month, like, do we think on these things? And if so, like, why did that hit home? Why is it that when he said that, what did it prick for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the trigger word? Because like
It
that
was
literally,
SHEIN.
it was a Shein, like
It
and
was
and all
SHEIN.
and why is it a problem? Like, what's wrong with Shein? Is because Shein is known to be like an inexpensive brand, um, with
That's
somewhat decent quality or whatever. I guess so. Like, it's looking like it doesn't look like it's a jab or a diss or whatever, and I don't think the intention was that.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the intention was that. But I think as a whole, like looking at the culture and like, how we do things, how we spend our time and money, like it can be talked about. Do you
that's a
think
hell of a
something
conversation. Yes, definitely.
right? Right. Do you think that like what we was like what's happening tomorrow? Like a lot of people are boycotting stores. Like they not shopping at certain places. They returning certain items at certain places and all of that. Do you think that that's going to make a difference in the culture and like what we do and how we do things? Or is it just we making a stance one day and then after that forget about
Now I'm about to
it?
put on. I'm about to put on my Dr. Umar mask because now I gotta
Not
talk
Dr.
to.
Umar. Is that
Because I'm
your
like,
dog? Is that
that's
Takeoff?
this
Hi
is takeoff.
Takeoff.
Yes, the takeoff is up here putting his paws up. He gonna knock this over. But anyway, um, you talked about are our people gonna be able to ride this ship through the wave? And honestly, I can't buy it. Me personally, I can be ignorant to some things going on in the world. And even at my young age of 21, I know that there's certain things that I don't indulge in. For
Mhm.
example, I don't really indulge in overspending in a sense or
Mhm.
too much luxury. Like I'd say I live a pretty humble lifestyle. Humble beginnings was what I like to call it for where I am.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I do not believe that our people are going to be able to stick to this. And that's because we've seen it before. We've seen this with Gucci.
Mhm.
And look at where that got us. People was boycotting Ti, talking about expeditiously boycott that, and you know,
Expeditiously.
yeah.
Right.
And as people who all share the same beliefs in a sense, we hear somebody preach something that's good for us, and sometimes it goes in one ear and it goes out the other. Sometimes it's not. Like if you was to say we gotta boycott Walmart and all of these stores that we need in a sense because we don't have our own infrastructure, we don't have our own
Mm-hmm.
schools, grocery stores, doctors, none of that. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we kind of need these places.
Absolutely.
So it's like if you want us to boycott Target, you know what I'm saying? Where are we supposed to turn to?
Walmart. They also want to boycott Walmart. So I don't know. I don't know. And then I just feel like, do we feel, I mean, I know that if if we did more things with in numbers, like we could have a greater impact. But I also wonder, like, are people actually, like, I just feel like people are not, they don't take things as serious as they could,
Hmm.
and so while we may say, we want this, that, and a third to happen, I think that, like, culturally, I don't think that it's going to happen the way people might see it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they think that, and I'm not saying this to say that I'm, like, against us doing that, but I just feel like when we take a stance like that, like, what do we change? Like, what are we literally changing? Or is it that we talk about the change, we might boycott for one day, but does it really leave a lasting impression? You know what
Because
I'm saying? Like,
I don't see Target going out of business no time soon.
right, 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 right. And
And the
I'm not.
girlies, oh my gosh, the girlies, they love Target. I like
Yeah,
Target. Target
and
is
listen,
nice.
I am definitely a fan. I'm definitely a fan. Like, I just,
Mhm.
like, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder, like, if we could be a united front, yeah, we could make a great impact. But I
Mhm.
just wonder, because I just feel like we're not consistent. We're not consistent as a culture. Like, we're just not consistent. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's part of what I feel like it holds us back. It stagnates us, because honestly, we're just not consistent, and as a culture, it don't make sense. And I don't know. I would want for us to be better and do better, but honestly, you know, the example that we talking about tonight, like shopping at Shein, I just think it's funny, because people were up in an uproar about that thing. But is it
If I,
about Shein, or is it just about, like, the way we spend? Yeah, we spend money on the luxury things that we feel, the luxury experiences of it all, but
Mhm.
then we shop cheap for clothes or shoes or whatever case may be. And I mean, I'd rather have the experience than have the clothes.
Yeah, I understand
Mm.
that, but I'd actually like to hear more what the people got to say because
Yeah.
I'm hearing you say that there's some people that lie on both sides. So, like, do you have? Are you able to see the chat over there?
Yeah. So, okay, let me pull it up, because that's a good point. You know what? I didn't even think of that.
I
All right, so
definitely
I'm
want to
pulling
hear
up the
what
chat.
people
I
got to say.
gotta pull up the chat. All right, so this chat, he was so upset. He's like, all right. So the question on the chat, y'all, it was an expensive ASF trip in a Shein outfit. I don't don't make sense to me.
Do
That
you
was
need me
it,
to say
right?
the cuss words?
No, we don't need you to say no cuss words, right? All right. So it's an expensive trip and she an outfit, and it doesn't make sense to this person. So let's talk about it. People were like, well, why? Why don't it make sense? Why does it matter how much someone's clothes cost? And ugly, inexpensive clothes is still ugly, inexpensive clothes. I like Shein. Why are we not talking about people with expensive clothes who have nothing, can't even afford a trip, but they got some high fashion labels on? That's a good point. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
They spent all the money on the trip. I say take the trip. Who cares about expensive clothes? I'm cute in my little Walmart Avias, and they comfy.
I know what she's talking about.
That's what she said.
Oh,
I don't have those, but I need to give me a pair because they are cute. I have seen those and they are nice.
she said the
Um,
Avia,
yeah, Avia. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
AVA.
AVIA, Avias.
Are those
Walmart.
the
The Wal,
shoes?
they look like Asics.
Those the shoes I be wearing. You know.
That's what you got. Oh goodness. All right, we're gonna
Oh
talk
my
about that in
god.
a minute. We're gonna talk about that. DJ Jesus said, "Look, I know what the Walmart comfy shoes are." Okay, DJ Jesus,
I
play
got
that sound. Play that sound. Jesus, that
look. I'm
DJ
the
Jesus.
youngest in charge. In case you didn't know,
That DJ Diesel.
that's
Listen.
so crazy. They said that because I know somebody. I know somebody who is, I'd say, a humble character, but they indulge in some of the nicer things in life. But it's just as much as they indulge in the nice things in life, they can also separate the meaning from it and understand this is materialistic. It's an object,
Mhm.
you know. There's always there's always a greater mission in life, whether
Mhm.
it's getting, elevating in your career, getting a new home, starting a family, all kinds of things. And when you
Yeah.
put them, if you align your priorities, you'll see those clothes, they fall very short compared to the more meaningful things in life, like your family, your siblings.
Mhm.
And this
Yeah.
guy, who, like I said, can indulge in the nicer things, he was actually the one who told me, because I'm wanting to up my shoe game, just get, put some more things on my feet. And he said, man, these shoes right here, these joints 20 piece at Walmart.
Not
I
Walmart.
said, word, what you talking about? They look like Asics. Man, I went to like three different Walmarts before I could find them. But when I got my pair and I put them on, I said, oh, they are comfortable. You know
Mm,
what? And that's a way that a lot of people don't think. Um, I'm a young man who has worked for just about everything that he got, and I've had a nice
mhm.
support system from my parents, and step parents, from my siblings who led me down this path. And I'd say because of the way that I spend and the way that I think about money,
Mhm.
it's got me in my own place where I go
That's
out in the
what's up.
world and I find many people who are very flashy and they got all kinds of stuff on, but where are your priorities? Are you
Right.
working? Are you working? Like,
Mm.
a lot of people in our community, they can step out in the freshest stuff and don't have a job to their name. And
Right.
I'm not the type of person to be all, you need to get a job and all. If you making an honest
Mhm.
living, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
An honest living can go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, somebody
but
else said it. It makes perfect sense to me. Some would rather spend their money on expensive memories rather than material things. And then, oh, they said this. Why are men so concerned with what a woman puts on her body? Like it's her own damn money. Men need to go get back to being men and stop hating on women. And then he responded, all I'm saying is, why not dress the part? An expensive trip should be accompanied with some pricey clothes. No, again, just my opinion. And then somebody said, I'm on my second passport with my old Navy $2 flip flops on in my Shein collection. Unfortunately,
yeah, 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 and
most
keep
men,
doing it.
right?
Keep
Most
doing
men that try to date me can't keep up with my travel and are intimidated by it. Maybe they can jump on a Shein wagon with me and we could be Shein-alicious together. Shein-alicious. Oh my goodness, I like that one. Why doesn't it make sense? You believe a person can't look good in low price items? Mind blowing. You should have said that the other way around, beloved. It would have
it.
made more sense. Don't be judging. That's all I could afford with my expensive trip was the Shein clothes.
Hmm. That's interesting though. Um, why are men so concerned with what's on a woman's body?
Mm.
When I usually hear that question, I don't hear it. I don't hear it about Sheen clothes. I usually hear it about a much worse situation. You feel
Yeah.
me? But let's just stick to Sheen. I don't think. Once again, we've already agreed on this.
Mm.
But there isn't a problem with Sheen clothes. It's
Right.
pretty inexpensive. You feel me? Um, what is the harm besides the Chinese factories? Whatever. But what's the harm in my $20 Walmart shoes? How does
Hmm.
that hurt? And how does that take anything away from the trip?
Right, right.
Besides the fact that I was supposed to go skiing recently and I brung 2 pairs of tennis shoes. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that might hinder.
That's crazy.
I'm on the trip talking
Wait,
about we gotta go to
wait.
Walmart.
You was on a winter trip trying to ski with sneakers on,
I wasn't
bro.
prepared. I was not
Y'all
prepared.
get DJ Diesel. Come on, put that sound effect on. This that DJ
That's
Diesel in
that
the winter.
DJ Diesel.
Who does that?
I was not prepared. Diesel came to the trip with 2 pairs of sneaks, his $20 sneaks and then his $100 something sneaks. But regardless, they
Mm-mm.
both were suitable for what we ended up doing.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. Well, that's what's up.
I ended up not going skiing, but I had a hell of a trip, and I paid way more money for that trip than some of the clothes that was on my body. So,
Was that a problem?
of course not.
did,
Of
did
course it was.
anybody care? Did anybody care?
You know,
Well,
ain't nobody care. Come on now.
right.
So that's
It says, and somebody said people repost and share anything. This is
honestly.
something fake rich people say, laughing my ass off. Keep sucking the old capitalism spectrum, buddy. Oh
These
shoot,
people
Lord
is
forgive me.
tweaking in the comments. Oh my gosh.
I
But
said,
I
please,
can't
I wear
disagree with
SHEIN.
them though. I
Yeah,
can't disagree. And
yeah.
is there anybody who agrees with that sentiment?
Hold on. Let me. I got to keep scrolling. This post doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Well, let me tell you. I look. uh, Okay. Okay. I don't think anybody is agreeing. Let's see. People repost this shit. I don't see anybody agreeing. I don't
So
see any.
nobody agrees. That means the people look. If black people ain't never been on the same page, we on the same page about something today.
That part. That
Yes,
part.
like, and look, the numbers show it. The stats show it. It's evidence right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I just
Evidence right
think.
there.
I think that this conversation. I think people. It's more so like a little more humorous than I think it's serious, but it did rub some people the wrong way. Some people were triggered.
I agree though because it doesn't sound like when you ask that question, it don't sound like this is a black people come to the table. We need to have a talk. This don't sound like that type of conversation. This
Hmm.
sound like this sound. You know who Justin LeBoy is on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
All right, some of so whoever is watching, some people may know who that is, but Justin LeBoy, he's just I don't even know for sure, but he's a creator who posts like maybe some tweets or something, and people love to repost it. Usually his
Okay.
tweets, they are very controversial. They can be toxic sometimes. Sometimes they're a little crazy, but it just
Mm.
seems like an attention grabber, something to stir the pot. That's what it sounds like to me.
Hmm.
Because once again, that example with the car would have been a much better example to have a way more meaningful conversation. But
Hmm.
if you wanted to have a meaningful conversation, I don't think those would be a choice of words.
And I think the intention behind it. I don't think that it was more so like I think it's the way because somebody said maybe it was the way you asked the question. You asked the question in a way like as if you trying to bash people for wearing Shein clothes on a vacation.
And whole time, if I had some Sheen, that would be in rotation weekly.
I don't know. I'm and nothing against Shein. I don't shop there. And it's not I don't it's nothing it's not that I don't want to and I don't think they got nice things. I just don't shop there. I think I have received gifts from there. Like my daughter has given me more Shein stuff than I've ever bought. But I like it's not and it's nothing against it. I'm just not I just don't that's not my first choice. I like to go to local stores that I actually like
Are you gonna
like
say
pulling
it?
up on. I'm
Are
not
you
gonna
gonna
say
say?
the name. I'm not gonna say the name. Come on,
No
DJ
free
Jesus,
promo. No free
explicit.
promo. Got you.
No. You know what? Because I want people shopping where I shop. I like my store, and
Let
I
me tell
like
you
my
something.
couple stores.
First off, if y'all seen the outfits that Tabby put on, man,
Ah,
they got an endorsement deal coming your way. All you gotta do
right.
is say the
Thank you.
name and post
Oh,
a
thank you.
picture.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I be
Yes.
trying. And believe it or not, look, I buy stuff from my favorite store, but I shop at thrift stores too.
Mhm.
Like people think, oh, that's wild. No, you know, I found, yeah, I know y'all watching the gem. I found some gems at thrift stores. And I can put it together with something new, and you be like, oh, that's cute, that's fly. And I'll be like, I played this, got this right from my other favorite store, the thrift store,
Well,
Second Avenue.
see now you start to say them
I'm
names. You
saying a
said the
couple days.
second one, but the
Look,
first one gotta stay hidden.
yeah, that first one gotta stay hidden. That's my jump right there. When
Right.
people be like, "Yo, you are the spokesperson, the walking billboard for that store," I'm like, "Yep."
Hmm. Had me doing all kind of research trying to figure out where this store is, and then I'm like, hold up. These stores is sparse. You can't just make a 10-minute drive and
Nah, listen, DJ
but
Juice, they do have one in your area. Don't you live in the city or outside the city somewhere?
you know I'm not taking that drive. You know I'm
I'm
not
just.
taking that drive. That drive may be
I thought there was
okay,
one by
maybe
you
it's
in the
like it might
city.
be like a 20-25 minute drive.
Is it in
But
Catonsville or something? Isn't it one like in Rosedale or
it's
Catonsville?
it's one I believe in Catonsville. But see,
Okay.
you dropping gems, you dropping little breadcrumbs now that
Oh
can
man, yeah,
motivate the
this stuff.
store.
I can't talk too much about it. Can't talk too
Mhm.
much about it.
But
Yeah.
you touched on it. You said that yourself. You put on something nice, phenomenal. You could be the spokesperson for that store. That's how fly it be, right?
Hmm.
But everybody doesn't know that. A lot of people they see the glitz and the glamour, and they think that's what they need to strive to be. So I actually think a more meaningful question would be where do we where do we get the things that we idolize from? Are they beneficial to us as a group, or are they beneficial to someone else?
Mm.
What do we look up to, And when it comes to the black community, I don't know how many times I've been touched on this. I'm not a person who speaks out about our community. Like I'm not no
Right,
political
right.
speaker or none of
Yeah,
that.
me either. Me either.
I'm your
I
normal
love the
average.
culture though.
We for our people, you know what I'm
We for
saying?
it.
We love our people, but at the end of the day, I'm I'm your regular pedestrian, just like y'all are. So we know different, but I can definitely look at our people and be like, they trying to sell us some bull crap over here. Like I don't.
And why?
Well, when you a youngin, and let's say you from a impoverished neighborhood, and the let's say the flashy guy, whether he is a scammer, because scamming is very prevalent now. Whether you a drug dealer, a scammer, whether you doing something, you could be doing something that you should not be doing. You feel me? But the shiny coat that's over top of what you shouldn't be doing, that's what is gonna catch the youth's eye before they look and see what's underneath. You feel
Mm,
me? And what's underneath, probably something that should not be idolized. For example,
mm,
let's say our entertainment industry. You feel me? Um, there's some wealthy people at the top who put people who look like us in the spotlight and idolize the wrong things. And those people
mm,
are given a check to keep selling us the same destruction that puts money in the big man's pockets, puts a little bit of money in their pocket, more than what we got. But the people who are down at the bottom, they looking up and they saying, "Ooh, that's a nice Gucci coat." But underneath that Gucci coat is a person who scams and steals from his own people to get it.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make that reference when it comes to, I'd say, indulging in the finer things. I don't mean nothing like on no regular, let me get a pair of Nikes here. Like I don't think that's too crazy, but if once again, if you got a luxury car outside and you living in an apartment,
Mm,
if it works for you, cool, you know. But where do your priorities lie? What's more important, you know? In fact,
mhm.
this room we in, this is a prime example of how my money is spent because it's not spent on the glitz and glam of life. The
Mm.
little the nice chunks of money I get, it goes to this.
I know that's right.
So
You invest, but you investing in your business.
it's
You
an
put, what?
investment. This ain't
Yeah.
right. So, and I've been like that for a while now since I started getting money, and it's
Mm,
always been okay. Handle your business, handle your priorities, and whatever you save up or whatever you got left over. I'm not gonna say left over because I'm not gonna spend the last of it on something like this. But this is my investment right here. This is gonna bring me
that's
more
what's up.
money, and if I get to a point where I can afford the glitz and glam of life, yeah, that's a good thing. That's nice. You can't knock that either. You feel me? If you worked hard and you can put in your hours for that Gucci or whatever, you should be able to do that. But at the same
Hmm.
time, at least do it in a right way. Do it in a righteous, legal way.
Hmm.
But I feel like it's a
Wow.
lot more prevalent and easy to see somebody who doesn't do the good things in life, but receive what looks like the benefit.
Mm, mm.
And I'm gonna cut it.
That
I'm gonna
makes
cut it
sense.
at that.
No, that's good. That's good. Look, y'all, we got DJ Diesel explicit in the building. Yeah, go ahead, play
It's that DJ Diesel.
it. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, it's been so much fun talking to you. And look, I'm glad that I could pull you up in a clutch and have you join our chat tonight. This is just the beginning because we got nostalgia. Y'all know about this yet, but nostalgia, the unforgettable era is coming soon, y'all. Just stay tuned because that's gonna be so so dope, and I'm excited about it because DJ Diesel Explicit and I are working on this project, and we're gonna take you down memory lane. We're gonna take you down memory lane. We're gonna play some good music. We're gonna talk about just everyday stuff, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be real lit, and I'm excited about it. I know you are too. And
If
yeah,
y'all
we
got
we
some
got
topics, make sure y'all send them. Send them Tammy's way.
yes, yes, yes. So as we getting our platform and stuff together to do that, keep rocking with the gem. We appreciate you guys. And DJ Diesel Explicit, please, because you joined us tonight, can you tell people how they can book your DJing services here if they're in the DMV area? And then also, if you can shout out your social media.
Of course, of course. Once again, if you do not know, you are rocking with DJ Diesel Explicits. In case you didn't know, that's that DJ Diesel. And you can follow me on Instagram at DJ underscore DIESEL Diesel underscore explicits. Mind you, I said I'd say them cuss words for you. One more time. DJ underscore Diesel underscore explicits. Explicits is spelled like the word explicit, but there's a Z at the end.
Yeah.
EXPLICITZ. Yes. DJ Diesel explicits. You do not forget the explicits. I'm a pimp named Slickback. DJ Diesel explicits. Anyway, and if you would like to book, I do phone consultations, so you can reach me on Instagram. If you do reach out on TikTok, which is DJ Diesel Explicit as well, I will answer on there. And I do have a website in the works. So soon that will be up and you will be able to reach me directly from the website. So once again, we
Mhm.
got Instagram, we have Facebook, which is Jalen David. That's my actual name. But all of that, once again, is connected to my Instagram. If you are interested in reaching me, the best way is definitely via number, which is on my Instagram
Right.
and Instagram. So, yes, once again, if y'all are interested, you are now rocking with the youngest in charge, DJ Diesel Explicits. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. YouTube is coming. I have not
Yes.
announced that anywhere. YouTube
What?
is
Oh, so
coming.
I get the
Twitch.
exclusive, y'all.
YouTube is coming. Twitch will be coming. So just ride with us. And tune in for nostalgia, the unforgettable era, when we take you down memory lane and show you good songs that you haven't heard from way back when, and some new stuff that you ain't even heard before. Like that song "Freeze." Definitely.
Yes, Reese.
Take you down memory
Yes,
lane, have you in your car, all of that. But yes,
yes.
once again,
Oh,
y'all know where to
y'all, thank
find me.
you.
And thank you for having me, Tammy. I know this
No, I
this was
appreciate it.
this was kind of
Impromptu.
yes, it was a little spontaneous, I'd say, but we talked about a bit, you know what I'm saying? We talked to our people, which was a great feeling. This is my
Yeah,
first time ever being on a platform like this. So just once again, thank you for having me.
I appreciate you pulling up. And don't forget, you got an event coming up that you didn't announce, but April 5th, you're going to be in the building in Millersville on Veterans Highway.
Yes, we
Um,
will. Yes, we will.
yeah,
Launching the fuse. The fuse will be in action.
yeah, you're
Definitely.
gonna be opening the grand opening of a new nightclub here in the DMV, and
Yes.
DJ Diesel Explicit got the opening night, which is such a big deal. And kudos and shout out to you for stealing that deal. I'm super excited for you, and I can't wait to have you back here on the Gem. But I can't wait for us to do our thing, nostalgia, the unforgettable era, y'all, coming soon. So keep rocking with the Gem. I got you.
That's right.